Gyperman, and welcome back to this episode of Off the Shelf. Today we're going to be taking one more guy down from the shelf. Who it is, I don't know, but let's get over to the shelf and take a look. Right, so things have changed a little bit over here at the shelf. Towels on the floor, and we now have a small fish tank. Alright, let's get up to the shelf. So I'm actually going to put a third shelf up there, I think. But you might see a few of these videos now because we really need to get these guys down or they're going to fall into the tank. Right, today I think we're going to choose this guy, the US Marine Corps. Right, come on mate, let's get you down off the shelf. Come on fella. Right, now this wonderful uniform was gifted to me by one of my great subscribers, John Clark, up there in Dudley, I believe. And I just want to say thank you so much, John. This is going to add to my collection. He's going to look fantastic in the cupboard with all the other US guys. So there you go. That's John Clark up there in Dudley. Big shout out to you, John. So let's see what we can find out about this US Marine Corps uniform. Right, let's read a little bit from my book about this guy. The US Marine. He came on quartermaster card. All he had with him was a helmet, jacket and trousers and boots. A very basic uniform. I'm tempted to add some webbing to this guy. Needs a rifle. So we might be giving him an M1 Garand or something like that. But at the moment we're going with the camouflage bazooka and the camouflage radio set. Let's have a little read about the special features. Uniform. This is based on a plain US Marine Corps uniform made of original dungaree material. The open neck jacket has a rounded open pocket on the left breast, 4 front buttons and a 3 popper fastening. The separate cuffs also fasten with poppers. The US Marine Corps Globe and Anchor Eagle fabric badge is glued to the front of the pockets, as are the rank stripes on each arm. Now mine hasn't got the rank stripes on his left arm and he hasn't got it on the right arm, so that's something I'll endeavour to find. Now in my book they actually show him in the jungle with his sleeves rolled up and he looks pretty cool there. Also to point out, he's got a camo helmet on. Now again, this book does add things for artistic license. Some people don't like that, but I actually like that a little bit because as long as it's not listed as part of his uniform, I would probably add some bits and pieces once he's in my cupboard. Right, let's read on a bit more. The trousers have little embellishment other than 2 rectangular pocket flaps below the front of the waistband. There you go, just make that out. On each side. Well, they're just the flaps to make it look like pockets, just the flaps on the top. They done that in the late uniforms, just to make them simpler to make, I think, or cost effective. Boots issued with this set are the standard Action Soldier 8 eyelet pattern, but with equal size mould numbers 1 and 2 on the heels. What's on his heels? Yep, he's got number 1 and number 2 on his heels. Now that was something I wasn't aware of. See if we can get you in close. There you go. Now this guy actually looks more like a US machine gunner with the machine gun. Well, don the bins again. The late issue pairs of boots are shinier than the first issue version. Helmet. The complete corporal's uniform included a plain polyurethane M1 helmet, not the camouflage G.I. Joe one shown in this picture. So, yeah, like we said, he's got the camo one. This is a G.I. Joe one. I might actually get both. By this period, the elastic chin strap and brass clips have been replaced by a plain black polyurethane strap held in place by rounded pins on the helmet's rim. Right, we all know that, don't we? That, if we can just see here, there you go. The helmets were made with these, one of another word, nipples sticking out of them, and the straps just connected to them. Didn't look great, did it? Let's be honest. It does take them away from being semi-realistic to making them more of a cheap toy, in my personal opinion. Right, there you go, there he is. Right, now I'm going to look on Action Man HQ and see what they have to say about him. US Marine Corps uniform, internationals in brackets. This Action Man uniform was based on the US Corporal uniform style of the US Marine Corps in World War II, part of the internationals range. It was accurate in terms of colour. The uniform was made of a lightweight material and came only with a helmet and boots. The internationals range was a basic stripped down version of previous uniforms and some new content. Launched on blister packs in 1979, they included a new Russian infantryman, Afrika Korps, German paratrooper, and a US Marine Corps, the UN Peace Force, and familiar Red Devil parachute basics. Right, let's read some notes on this uniform. The current Action Man figure at the time of the launch, 1979, was an eagle-eyed dynamic body. No webbing was issued with the Internationals range. Such items would be bought separately on equipment cards of the time. Some people would add a belt or an M1 Garand. There should be material stripes and a US Marine Corps badge on the shirt. The shirt often loses these, and replacements are available here on the site. Like always on Action Man HQ, there's a link there that you can buy the new badges. They do stickers and they do cloth badges as well. I've already said that mine's missing the stripes. The shirt has poppers on the cuffs, and the trousers have two high side pockets, unhemmed flaps. Yep, we've seen them up here. This one has the two there, but this one is hemmed. According to Action Man HQ, they're not supposed to be hemmed. So I am wondering if this is a 40th. It says Palatoy Action Man in the back. I don't know. I did read that some of them did not state that they were 40th, so I'm not sure. But it's weird because it says, definitely says unhemmed, but this definitely is hemmed. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes odd boots could be added in error on the assembly line at Palatoy. Number 1 and number 2, we checked that earlier. As a kid, you'd be gutted if that happened to you, wouldn't you? Not a lot more to say about this guy. We must buy the replacement stickers for his arm, and I am going to add some webbing to him at a later date. What webbing he will use, I don't know. I believe we could probably add the webbing from the US paratrooper maybe, and a US machine gun I had webbing as well. So I think I'm going to endeavour to add some webbing to this guy. He does look a little bit plain. Now I've added the camo bazooka and the camo radio set. I don't know, they're slightly different shades. I don't know if any of these are 40th or what, and I don't actually know what they came with. Without looking in depth, I don't know. So anybody out there, please let me know, were they G.I. Joe with a camo on there, or did Action Man make camo ones? And also, what sets did they come with? Were they a carded thing on the side? Please let me know in the comments. Okay, nothing else to talk about with this guy. So Action Man, Eagle Eyes, US Marine Corps, get in the cupboard. Right, here we are over here at the cupboard. I obviously want him to live in the bomb here with the US soldiers. We've got one guy here. I'm going to bring him over. Bring these two across because they look more modern. And I might be bringing my camouflage marine guys over a little bit so that we can fit him in. Right, bear with me while I crack on and do that. There he is, looking great in the cupboard, along with all his other American mates. Looking pretty sharp. Now, like I said, at a later date, we will get him an M1 Garand and some American webbing so that he looks similar to these two over here. That's the US Marine Corps in the cupboard where he belongs with all the other guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next exciting episode.